Hello everyone. So I will be starting with Unit 6 from today, File Organization. See, the main topics under this particular unit is the different types of file, sequential file, direct access file, index sequential files. So we will be discussing each files one by one and the code regarding the same, code with the same. So in this video, I will be discussing you the basic introduction of file, and then we will be discussing about the sequential files. File structure. A file is a collection of data stored on a mass storage. That means on the secondary storage, when the data is stored, they are stored in files. So file is a collection of records related to each other. The file size is limited to the size of the memory and storage medium. So it depends. The size of the file is limited to the storage medium which you are using. Why on mass storage devices? That means what is the need of storing the data in a secondary storage devices? When the data is too big to fit in the main memory. See, as we know that the size, we can store records. We can store too big records in the secondary storage devices, and therefore, if your files are very large, so if your files are too big to fit in the main memory, you can store the files in the secondary storage devices, whereas the files stored in a secondary storage devices can be shared between the programs also. So various programs can share the same file. Moreover, the secondary storage devices are non-volatile. So as you know, RAM is volatile in nature. So for permanent storage, we can store data in a file which can be stored in the secondary storage devices. So data in the files are stored in the form of records. So the data is subdivided into records, and each records will have multiple fields, and they may have some certain key values. Now, once the data is stored, issue is to how to organize the record on the secondary storage to provide convenient access. See, we need to access it, right? And retrieving data from the second storage devices takes time. So how to efficiently store data so that we can reduce the access time so that it can be conveniently accessed. So in this particular slide, we are discussing that the records can be stored in a file. Files can be stored in a secondary storage devices, which are non-volatile in nature. And the space wise also, when the records are too big, they can be stored. When the file is too big, they can be stored easily on the secondary storage devices, and the data can be permanently stored. So file is nothing but it is a collection of records, and records are the collection of fields, and these are the various operations which we generally do with files: insertion, deletion, search, and retrieval. So these are the types of records. So record will have these are records. Records will have certain fields, and this will be the size in bytes for each record. Roll number is taking 4 bytes, name is taking 50 bytes, address is taking 50 bytes, email as we have declared in the structure. So altogether it is taking 144 bytes. So these are fixed size records. So records are stored in actual, the records can be stored as a fixed length, or it can be stored as a variable length. So for example, even if we have fixed the size of the record, single record is 144 bytes. So every record will be stored in the same number of bytes, irrespective of the fact how many bytes are actually covered, right? So we have a fixed size records. That means if I'm having a name, if I reserve 50 space for the name, and if I'm having name of size 10, then also that will take 50 space in my memory. The advantage of these type of representation is that it has a faster access. Yes, the disadvantage is the wastage of memory, and if the data is large than the allocated one, you may lose the values. So but for the faster access, I know the size of the record is this, and I'm going to access this much byte directly. So fixed length records has an advantage that they can be accessed faster, whereas the records can be stored in a variable length. For example, if I'm having a name with 58 bytes, a roll number with 2 bytes, so I can my one record can be of 100 bytes and the other records can be of 99 bytes, depending upon the actual size of the record. So in this, the advantage is we no wastage of the memory, but the record is slower because we need to find the size of the record, and the size of each record is different. So these are how records can be stored in a file. See, then we have see the representation, the viewing of the records are bit different than we think. Actually, the records are stored in a secondary storage devices. We don't have records in the main memory. So we have two concepts. One is logical record and one is physical record. Physical records are actual records which are stored in secondary storage devices, whereas logical records are just the reference to the actual physical location. So if you can see, the actual physical records are very big, right? So we cannot store the entire records in the main memory. So we have certain physical, mapping. Various logical mappings, and through logical mapping, we can reach to the physical, uh, actual physical records. See, logical records are the reference to the data stored, with that is independent of the physical location. That means this is just a reference, but actually the data is stored in the physical location, right? So a physical record is a unit of transfer between disk and primary storage. So actually the data is stored in a disk, right, and in the form of pages. Generally physical records consist of more than one logical record. If you get this, these are my physical records. In a one disk access, I'm going to access this entire page, this entire block. So this is certain kind of mapping. Like for this key, we have an address. The address is this. For the keys like this, we have an actual physical records are stored in this address. For the keys like this, actual data is stored in this address. So when these are the logical records, these are logical records, these are not the actual records, and there is a mapping that this record is stored at location this, and actually physically they are stored in the secondary storage devices. So whenever we access the record from the secondary storage, we access page by page, right, or block by block. So when I'm going to access, this entire block will come, and then I have to search for my physical records. So this is how viewing is done. So these are logical records. Logical records are just the reference of actual, it will be just a reference to the data record that is independent of its physical location, right? So it will have certain kind of mapping which will give me the address of maybe the actual address, which can give me the actual address of the actual physical records, right? So now you can see generally a physical record will consist of more than one logical record. So this is one logical record. The physical record may have more than one records in this, right? For example, see, this is my physical block. This is my physical records, right? So block number one will be this entire block. Number two will be this entire block. So this is again block number, this will have all these records, right? So the datas are stored, not all the datas are not stored. There is a certain kind of mapping. There are logical records which will give me the direction where the physical records are stored. Right. So this you will study in operating system also, how the records are actually stored in the records, but just for an overview I'm giving you here. So blocks, a fixed length unit, the unit of storage allocation and data transfer. Database files are organized in blocks. So the files are organized in blocks. So these are my blocks, right? Buffer, portion of the memory available to store copies of the disk block. See, buffer is a place where, suppose I'm going to access this particular block. So this particular block will come from disk to the main memory, right? Disk to the main memory. So the space where they come is known as buffer. Buffer manager is a subsystem which is responsible for allocating buffer space in the main memory. So space where the actual physical records will come, in the that is the portion of the main memory, it will come in the buffer, it will be allocated by buffer manager. So block transfer wants to minimize the number of block transfer between the disk and the memory, keeps as many blocks as possible in the main memory. See, every disk access, if we are accessing from the disk, it has certain cost associated with it. So we need to reduce the disk access. So in a single disk access is if we bring more records, and if we can reduce the number of disk access, automatically the time can be reduced for accessing a particular record, right? So these are certain introductions on how the records are stored. Records can be, it can be of fixed length, it can be of variable length. Records are not stored in the main memory. They are actually physically they are stored in the secondary storage mapping, and they are secondary storage devices. And there is some kind of mapping between the physical and the between the logical records and the physical records. So next we will be seeing. The task is to how the some main focus will be how the records can be accessed. So there are three different type of organizations. File organizations ensures that the records are available for processing. It is used for efficient file organization, for efficient file organization and for efficient retrieval. We are going to organize a file. There are three types of organization: sequential file, direct access file, and the index sequential file. In the next video, I will be telling you how the code related to the sequential access file organization. Thank you.